everybody, Tracy Brown. So it is Friday. I typically do Q&As on Fridays, but I thought I would do something a little different instead, and two things were different. One is I'm really late. Usually I do them in the mornings. Well, it's afternoon, so if you're catching this at a weird time for you that usually follow these videos, then sorry about that. It just didn't work in my day, but I wasn't going to leave you hanging, so I'm glad to be here this afternoon with you. And I understand that some of you may be somewhere else that's actually morning already, or just a totally different day. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. Well, again, this is anyone's free to ask questions. But what I'm going to talk about, and my title is called DeToxify from Diet Culture. And this week I've talked about diet culture every single day in some kind of way, whether it was the infographics. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm excited too. Whether it's the infographics I put up or the questions or whatever, just to help us. We've had some really, really great threads this week around our experiences with intuitive eating, our experiences if we tended to be somebody who was maybe a picky or selective eater, and how we're working that through our lives. So, and getting to a place where we could be more relaxed with our food choices. So I tried to run the gamut a little bit this week around permission and letting yourself be where you're at with no judgment. So today's topic, it's going to run the gamut too, a little around some different things. So what does it mean to detoxify from diet culture? My thoughts are anything that honestly, you can't get rid of everything, because we can't change the fact that some people around us are going to be dieting. We can't change that unless you're around less and less people who are constantly, or maybe who are actively and a little bit, not so kindly, talking about their food, their bodies, and everything is very, negative. I know that maybe we can't get away from that, whether, like I say, our work environment, let's say, you can't maybe quit your job because of diet culture. I mean, if it's something really terrible, you should, but in terms of like other things, but I know that sometimes you might like where you work, but everybody in the break room talks about diets all the time, so you might not eat with them, let's say. And so that's maybe point number one. What if you're around people who are constantly doing food and body talk, and it's negative? And so one, those might be the people, if they were once your close friends or colleagues, that you're just not hanging around as much. If you have already said that, like, I don't really talk about bodies and food negatively, and I just eat from hunger and fullness, and I always take the approach usually of like kind of play dumb, which is, gosh, I don't know about, when I just eat pasta, I just eat till I'm done, and it's no big deal, and kind of play dumb with that, even though you may be working really hard to be able to eat from hunger and fullness with your pasta. I think it's really important, if you've already kind of set a verbal boundary about how and what you talk about with your food and body, if it's still going on, you just have to know, like, there are going to be days that's just days, or maybe a year where you don't eat lunch with your coworkers because it's just, you need some space. You actually need to put yourself in a space to get stronger, to be around that for a while. So that's awesome. When it comes to your family, I know it's a little more difficult, and hopefully you're having stronger boundaries around that, and that's something we want to work on. If it happens to be your partner, there's probably going to be a lot of work to be done to help them understand, like, you don't have to like it or agree, but this is kind of what I'm doing, and this is XYZ what I need from you. And it may take the intervention of you guys going to some counseling together to help with that. So, but these are the steps to, like, these the beginning steps to detoxify. The other things you may have already been doing. You may have, like, cleaned up your Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest of all diety, before and after kind of things. You stopped following Thinspiration people, the no pain, no gain, so it's cool to, like, not eat carbs all day kind of people. No big deal, it doesn't hurt anything. Or everybody try every medical nutrition therapy diet under the sun to try to lose weight. Those kind of things. So clean those up, delete those accounts, or block certain things, or whatever you need to do to have more feel easy. We have to, like, let go of some things to be able to bring in that grounding, that safety around trusting yourself. And if you've constantly got things in your face, you're taking those things in visually. We take things in through our eyes, our ears. You're constantly seeing and hearing these things. Then it's gonna split. It's gonna split you, and that's a lot to work with and to carry. So I highly encourage you to do that. If you've got more than enough cookbooks that you never look at, and some of them are diet cookbooks, this is maybe hard for some of you to hear, but I throw stuff away. I don't even take them to the free places. Maybe recycle places, that would be cool. Like, they recycle old books or things like that. That would be a good use of that, to be reused somehow. But I don't give them away to Goodwill and things like that because I don't want somebody else getting them. And then getting a little brainwashed for a while and then have to undo that. So I throw things away or recycle them in a repurposed kind of way, kind of thing, basically, if we can do that. So that's cookbooks. Of course, your diet books. Same thing. Magazines. Pay a lot of attention to, like, when you're at the store. This was one of my hardest things, that I had to, like, all those fitness magazine subscriptions I had between 15 and 20 years ago. I don't remember which year I finally didn't renew those, but I would, like, have them constantly coming to my house, 3 or 4, all saying the same garbage. It's just that that's how I kind of fed things, and it was one of my prime distractions from myself and my emotions, was to look at those constantly, and just think, if I follow this thing hard enough, then I can get the body and I could be happy, kind of thing. So if you get rid of that, it'd be really helpful. If for whatever reason you can't cancel it, you're going to get 3 more, 6 more, whatever, throw those things away. Or have a bonfire. That would be really fun, and roast some marshmallows and hot dogs and have a good time. So I would use those for those as well. Clothes. Please stop hanging the pair of pants, jeans, shorts, dress, whatever, that you say one day, I'll fit into that one. I'll get rid of everything except for that one pair. Please don't do that. It's kind of cruel to put that trigger on yourself, 1, and 2, just like this carrot of, like, if you're good enough, then you can finally get these special clothes. And I would say, don't do that. I know that we don't all have the time, the money, whatever, to buy new wardrobes, but I really think it's important to get comfortable clothes that fit. We all know this. If you can't get rid of things that don't fit, box them up, put them away, put them somewhere where you don't have easy access to them constantly. Resell things. That was my funnest thing, to resell things, or even to give them away to people that needed it. So that always helped a lot with the sadness of, like, getting rid of some clothes I really liked. So I get that, like, sometimes it's really tempting, like, I can't buy another set of clothes because I just bought 3 outfits. I'm like, I highly recommend we try some resale places to find some things that fit where you're at right now. And why that I think is a detoxify is that you're letting go of, like, this is not where I'm at right now. My body it can't be there right now. It's here. And for some of you that are really, really clear that, like, I am at this weight maybe because of a lot of unattuned, dysregulated eating, binge eating, whatever, and I think I'll lose weight. Well, maybe, but still, put that stuff away. Minimally put your clothes that don't fit right now away. I think it's really important to get rid of things as soon as you, like, can, though, because it, like, just leaves space in your home, it leaves space in your mind, it leaves space in your heart to, like, let yourself learn to accept where you're at. So what else can I tell you about the detoxifying? Oh, just any weird supplements you have left in your house that you've forgotten about, pills, those kind of things. If you have any old diet manuals, books, journals you kept that were about counting calories, you might want to have a goodbye celebration to those. So those are all the different ways to detoxify if you aren't already doing all of that, and I highly recommend it. And what do we do to fill the space, because we need to, is keep watching these kind of videos, keep reading everything you can around non-diet, weight-neutral stuff. Get your Instagram full of people. Go to my Instagram and then look at all the people I follow. I mean, not everybody's weight neutral in terms of, like, there's different random other things on there, but the things that, like, align with you. And what will happen is, if you find some things that you like, they'll lead you to other things you like, and so that would be really cool. Same thing with Pinterest, same thing with your Facebook. One of my favorite things to do is to diet companies I like to block and say that they're not appropriate. That's fun. So that's another way to do it. I don't get diet ads in my feeds anywhere, and I try to move those out if they pop up, and not because I click on things, but just because they pop up. People place ads. No big deal. Is there anything else I can tell you? And there are going to be things that kind of hop up in your face occasionally that you weren't expecting that bothered you. So get curious about, okay, what's going on in me that thing is either pulling you towards that or making you feel really, really uncomfortable and maybe a little not off balance, but a little bit like, whoa, that surprised me how much that bothered me, or that was that. And check inward, get a journal out, get a pen, and make some notes about that. Write the story, whatever it is that you need to do to like get this out. And that way you'll know for next time, or you'll just understand better about like, is that mine, is that theirs, like some combo, and to have better boundaries, or just grieve that, or whatever it is that popped up for you. So I hope this quick video was helpful. I look forward to seeing what you all are up to. I'd love to get your, and I would love to hear in the comments below, what are some things, I shared with you one of mine, which was the biggest one for me, is getting rid of the fitness magazines and being really tunnel vision when I go to get groceries, because those are the two things that trigger me the most, even more than people. I don't know what, well, I know what it was, but whatever is the hardest for you, really keep extra care around yourself with that. Like really, like literally, like extra care around yourself with that topic, and you will get through it. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I'm gonna put a little, on Saturdays I tend to like to do little story type things that I want to share. So I will be putting something up for good tomorrow. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I will be talking to you soon.